Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope it finds you in an amazing point in your life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And if not, my prayer is that something I say today can be an uplifting word of encouragement and inspiration to you. Foreign language. Foreign language. Growing up, I moved my dad when I was in the eighth grade, right? And see, when I lived with my grandma, we really wasn't as fortunate, and I kind of got picked on a lot, but it still was love there because I grew up, with these kids, and I had some females I like, had my eye on a few, but the thing is though, um, it wasn't until I got in the eighth grade I moved with my dad to North Carolina, and it was like I kept a haircut, had some nice clothes on, and had two parents in the household or whatever, and I get to this new school, and I some females trying to talk to me, and it's so interesting because it was a different experience being the new guy, but at the same time it was like I didn't really have the self-esteem to probably holler at some girls the way I would, the way I think I would have if I would maybe have been, where I grew up at. Then also it was kind of different having self-esteem issues from the standpoint of, always kind of being picked on or whatnot. And anyway, it was the interesting thing is I remember there was this one female, and she's married now with kids, so I won't say her name, but man, I was in love with her, and I would like to call her my high school sweetheart. She and I even knew outside of school too, because we all went to the same church and stuff, whatever. But anyway, what I'm saying is this: I remember I used to always talk to my stepbrother, and be like, Chris, man, like, hey, do I like this female? What should I do? And I, just try to get a little bit of help and understanding from him, because I remember be times like I felt like what I was doing wasn't enough, or we'd be on the phone and she really wouldn't be talking, And I remember my mom would be like, "Look, Kenny, that ain't nothing but some puppy love. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. Ain't nothing but some puppy love, Cause I would think we was together, and next thing I know, this young lady would actually be dating somebody or whatever, and then I realized we really wasn't officially together. But even still, when things were good, I wondered, why is this just puppy love, Then I get older, and now I guess I feel like I'm not puppy no more. I feel like I'm a big dog, And I think about the times that I've been, I guess, courting somebody, because different people look at dating in different ways. But there's times that I really like somebody, and I even feel like I love them, and it just wasn't enough. And I think about all the times I heard a female say to me, and I won't make it seem like it's a lot. Sometimes I've just heard it, like with women talking, but oftentimes I've heard it told to me. Let's say like things wasn't going right, and maybe it was an argument or something, and then we get to the bottom of the thing that was an argument, and I'm like, well, why are you still mad? And I've had some females tell me that they just couldn't do it anymore, right? Or they just disappeared, and then later on, I find out that something was the issue. When I asked, well, what was the issue? And she'll say, it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. Foreign language. Foreign language. Now, let's hustle back to high school again. I took Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. I feel like I did all right, outside of conjugating the words. I had a problem with that, But I knew a little bit of Spanish, poquito. But it's interesting how our teachers always knew. Shout out to Miss Almeida. She always knew what the gist of what we was trying to say, but sometimes like maybe it was so broken up that it still didn't make a complete sentence. It will be corrected, but again, she was the teacher, but still, here I am trying to speak this foreign language and make it make sense. So, let's drive the point home of all of what I just said. This is my first video that I'm doing where I get the opportunity and the pleasure to answer a question for somebody that that asked me to and speak on a video. Somebody asked me, what is your love language? What language do you think fits best with your love language? I thought this was an amazing topic, especially coming off of my other one, Let's Get High, where I talk about the love drug, right? But, you know, for people who don't know, that there are 5 different love languages. Hope I don't get them all wrong. It is acts of service, personal touch, receiving gifts, quality time, and words of affirmation. So I know mine is words of affirmation. And receiving gifts. All right. And which ones compliments me or my love? Well, to answer specifically, it says, what language do you think fits best with your language? I'm going to leave that one open because I realize that when I and the person that I am interested in identifies with the importance of love languages and what each other has, I think any can accommodate it. But let me just tie in everything. All right. The reason why I was saying foreign language earlier, and I even brought up, you know, my history, I began to realize that sometimes, even whenever you are aware of, you know, your love language, your partner may not be aware of the love languages in general, may not have even heard of it. And so I realized that even if somebody is aware of it and they do know the importance of love languages and also reciprocating the love language, if they don't know it, if your partner does not know your love language, then really there's going to always be a chance for some type of feeling that you may have, or feeling lonely, or feeling like you're not getting what you're looking for. And then let's say like you try to express it in some way, but maybe even you don't pick up on it at first, or maybe you do pick up on it. Sometimes your partner may feel like, okay, if they really want to try hard, they may try doing everything, like spending more time with you, maybe get you some gifts, make sure they love on you a little bit more, you know, tap on all of them, right? And so for the moment, you feel good. For the moment, it's like, okay, he or she is, okay, they're stepping up, they understand where I'm coming from. But then what's going to happen is, if they have not tapped into the understanding the importance of the 5 love languages, then all those areas won't be consistent. What ended up happening is they will revert back to the 1 or 2 things that they may do that they know works. But because it's really not your love language, then you may find yourself back in the same situation, and then all of a sudden, you know, now that person is like, okay, I've tried everything. And maybe they had, but it's just hard to keep hitting on the right nail to drive home the point you need, which is your love language being accommodated and reciprocated. So, at the end of the day, that person is trying to give you, tap in with you on the love language, but really it's like they're speaking a foreign language because they're hitting all the one except for the one you need. And then also, I think about my personal life, about how, you know, granted I was young, you know, back in the day, but I think about times, again, where I heard the female say, it's not you, it's me. And I think about how it could be possible that the reason why somebody says, it's not you, it's me, is maybe they realize, okay, it's not them, they're just not doing everything that I realize I need. And that male or that female may take on the weight of that relationship that did not work, or something that was working on, whether it was a friendship or what have you, but it not really working because they feel like maybe their expectation was too high. You know, it's not you, it's me. Maybe they realize, man, you know what? I mean, he is doing everything. He hit me up, but he contacts me. We talk. We spend quality time. but it's the words of affirmation that's being missed. And so then, maybe you realize as a female, like, okay, well, dang, that's not his fault. Like, and so it's not you, it's me. And so now, even though you've done everything right, you kind of take the weight of all that on you. And so, again, it's gonna be like a foreign language. So, my encouragement is, for everybody to really not only ask themselves about the love languages, but with you and your loved one, like, there you can look online and print off like little, or even do it online. You can do these little like questionnaires to where if you don't know your love language, you can be able to see what they are through asking the questions. And even if you know it, I think it's good. Also, I think it's good for you and your partner to take one, because I know over time, like, your love language could change. And I'm no scholar in any of this. I just know that I've been in a lot of situations where I've been getting to know people, and one of the biggest things that I see that happens is either our personalities clash, or they're a good person, but it feels like you're not getting what you want. And I think it all boils down to the love language. So I just want to encourage everybody just to, figure out what your love language is. To us brothers, hey, if you say it's not you, it's me, it may not always be because of the love language, but sometimes, females may feel like we really don't care about, getting to her, know her on these type of levels. Sometimes even with somebody like me that has the gift of gab, I can be saying everything, but if I'm not giving any affirmation, but I'm still showing up to her, like, maybe she feels empty in that area, man. So to men, we gotta, step up to the plate and take interest in this. And to women, hey, support us whenever we try, but it's not your job to always hold our hands. You deserve all five at all times. Listen, be blessed, be an example, be encouraged. I love you like Jesus loves me. Just trying to spread that love into the world. Have an amazing day.